Welcome back to another episode of TheWorryWartGamer. I'm going to talk about two things today. One is the price increases and what some companies have done that are very creative. And the next topic will be what Microsoft should do immediately. Now, these are just me speculating, me throwing stuff at the wall, just sort of like fun ideas. Probably won't happen, but if they did, it would be absolutely incredible, taking advantage of PlayStation and their price increase and using their huge amount of cash to really squeeze people and show that they're in this to win this, not just in this to sort of push everything to PC, which I know a lot of people seem to think. So the first thing we're going to talk about is what Nintendo has done to combat these rising prices. And I'll read this article and then we'll go over it. Report, Nintendo to shrink size of Switch packaging to improve supply news, and I'm going to add this in there because they're not talking about this in the article, but also to improve the cost and the return that they're getting. Nintendo is reportedly planning to shrink the size of the Nintendo Switch packaging by 20% in August as a way to improve supply, according to a report. The smaller packaging will improve supply of the Switch worldwide as it makes shipping more efficient. It also reduces the cost of the packaging, which is something that this article seemed to miss for some reason. Nintendo will reduce the outer box of the flagship game console Nintendo Switch by 20% from production in August, reads a translation of the report. The aim is to increase the amount of supply to the world by improving transportation efficiency, which translates into reduced cost. Nintendo, for the quarter ending June 30th, 2022, shipped 3.43 million Switch units to bring the lifetime shipment figure to 111.08 million units. The game company at the time did not change its forecast as it looks to ship 21.0 million Switch units for the fiscal year ending March 31st, 2023. If Nintendo hits its forecast, the Switch will ship 128.65 million units by March 2023. Now, here's a really creative way to combat rising costs. And I know Nintendo has the sort of, weakest hardware. It's a console and a handheld, and the cost of producing that is much less than producing, say, an Xbox Series X or a PlayStation 5. However, this is the genius of Nintendo. They not only create a system that has a hook, a console, a handheld, they not only have great first-party games, but they know how to give themselves breathing room, and rather than raise prices, they can reduce packaging. Now, Xbox, what could Xbox do? The Xbox Series S is already incredibly tiny. It's like a tissue box. That packaging can get smaller. I think the packaging for the Xbox Series X can get smaller. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it right here. No one else is saying it. I think you're going to see an announcement soon that Xbox is going to repackage these consoles in smaller boxes, maybe sleeker, maybe give them a more attractive look and appeal, all in an effort to reduce costs. Now let's get into some conjecture here, that word that everyone loves on Twitter. What could Microsoft do right now to really go for the throat? Well, if they truly believe that everyone is the same, then why are consumers on the PC still able to not have to pay for online? Can you imagine now, after the price hike for PlayStation, they say, well, you know what, our ecosystem is an ecosystem, and the people on console, online play is free for you because it's free for these other people over here. Think about that for a second. Think about how huge that would be, especially right now. It would be huge even if there wasn't a price increase from your major competitor, but after a price increase, absolutely unbelievable. That's a little sort of, fun thing to think about if they did. The one thing they can do also is, since they announced that every first-party game is coming to Game Pass, why not announce that every first-party game, if you choose to purchase it, is still going to be $60 and not the industry standard for games now, $70. Another opportunity is there for Microsoft and Xbox when it comes to this opportunity created by their major competitor, PlayStation. Another thing that they can do is, are you ready for this one? Because it's really off the wall and controversial. release a AAA game that blows people away, that slides not only into the console version of Game Pass, but the PC version of Game Pass. And also, if you want to purchase it, it is $60, not $70, like the industry standard, taking all of these advantages and rolling them up into one, and finally taking advantage of what is there, what's been given to them right now in the short term, because PlayStations are still flying off shelves. They're still a huge brand worldwide, but this is an opportunity, and it's fun to think about the things that are right there. That online fee for console gamers just should not be there if you have PC as well, and that's your ecosystem, that's your service. It just shouldn't exist. And the actual gaming community outside of social media and Twitter doesn't care if a game goes to PC, because they're buying Xbox consoles. If it's only on the Xbox console, to them, it's an Xbox exclusive on the console. Same with PlayStation. It's always been that way. Let me know what you think Xbox can do or should do to take advantage of this opportunity that's been given to them in the industry right now when it comes to this inflation. That's going to be it for the video. Thank you for watching. If you would, hit that like button and subscribe. That's what all the YouTubers say, so I'm going to say it too. And I'll see you in the next video.